New tonight, a mystery in San Marcos. What happened to a dog missing from the city's animal shelter? The head of the San Marcos Regional Animal Shelter says they don't know. He also says he doesn't know if an animal supervisor's resignation days later had anything to do with the dog's disappearance. The KVUE defenders looked through the shelter surveillance video and staff notes for answers. Here's investigative reporter Jenny Lee. She tells us there are now new rules in place to make sure no other animals go missing.
There are more questions and answers as to what happened to Summer on September 10th of last year. Here's what we do know, thanks in part to surveillance footage of the shelter and staff notes obtained by the KVUE defenders. Summer, the black dog seen here, was brought back to the shelter after an adoption event. Now, Summer is the only dog out of 6 not seen on surveillance footage being removed from the trailer. It was 2 days later before staff noticed Summer missing from her kennel. And days after an investigation was launched, an animal supervisor resigned. What's unclear is if Summer was left in the trailer, and if so, for how long. Security cameras captured a staffer leading Summer to the shelter trailer the morning of Saturday, September 10th. You can also see Summer refusing to get in. The staffer eventually picks up and carries Summer onto the trailer. Summer and 5 other dogs were headed to the Hays County Emergency Preparedness Fair to hopefully get adopted. Roughly 6 hours later, just past 3 p.m., shelter notes show a staffer remembers talking to Summer in the trailer at the end of the event, apologizing for not getting adopted. But surveillance video of Summer's kennel, 4th on the right, shows the gate open that afternoon and evening. Staff noted Summer was never put back there. The next day, notes showed 2 staffers watched surveillance footage from Sunday and believed it was, quote, business as usual, end quote. But it wasn't until September 12th before staff noted Summer missing.
Does anyone know what happened to Summer?
That morning, we see and hear staff asking about Summer's whereabouts. 16 minutes later, one staffer jokingly suggested Summer was left in the adoption trailer 2 days prior.
It was Monday afternoon.
What did happen?
I wish we knew. I really do. We looked at every angle, tried to prove or disprove different theories, and we were just not able to come up with what actually happened.
Greg Carr is the director of neighborhood enhancement, the division over the animal shelter. He says they immediately launched an investigation into Summer's whereabouts.
They asked if she could have got left in the trailer. The supervisor said no, that he had checked it. And then we started reviewing the videos and stuff,
which led to questions about the shelter's video surveillance. Staff notes show an employee requested IT's assistance in obtaining missing camera footage from 1806 to 1817 and requested an audit log of the cameras.
It looked like there should have been some missing videos. Like we have video and then we don't have video. First thing I checked was to make sure that no staff had access where they could delete or alter any of the videos.
Carr says his staff did not and does not have access to the surveillance footage. He doesn't either. Instead, Carr says the city's motion-activated camera system is at fault.
That's when I found out that our camera system is what they call glitchy.
But what Carr can't fully explain is why an animal supervisor who accompanied Summer to the adoption event resigned days after Summer's disappearance. That supervisor turned in a letter of resignation that stated he was leaving due to the toll this job has taken on my mental, physical health.
We're working on tightening things, protocols, and I can't read his mind, but he'd been here for a long time, so a lot of things he was accustomed to would have been changing. So if it was this incident or it was just the overall, he didn't like where things were going, I'm not sure.
What Carr is sure about, new guidelines for shelter employees using the trailer to transport animals. Guidelines now requiring a staffer open each cage door.
If you're to lean up and just look in, if they're in the corner, you might miss them, but the new procedures, if everything's open, you're going to be able to look in.
He says the priority is making sure all animals are unloaded first before worrying about anything else. Because losing a dog,
it is a big deal. I have a knot in my stomach right now.
Contradicts the shelter's goal of a 90% live outcome rate. For the KVUE Defenders, I'm Jenny Lee.
Jenny, thank you. A spokesperson for the city of San Marcos says while there's no timeline for updating cameras at the San Marcos Regional Animal Shelter, the city is reviewing the need for security investments throughout the organization.